Hi everyone, this is Warren from the Rhapsody Piano Studio. I want to welcome you to today's live lesson. Shoot. Alright, let me fix this angle really quick. We're going to be learning, here comes, sorry, don't get dizzy right here. I'm just trying to push this back. Okay, we're going to be learning Here Comes the Sun by the Beatles. This is for easy piano. You can pick up an arrangement of this particular version that I did, and it's going to be in the links and the cards after the live stream is over. It's a 3-page arrangement. This is for easy piano. I highly recommend you get it. Now, after you're done with this lesson, I'm trying to show you these concepts on how to practice effectively by yourself. Make sure you try to test on your knowledge on the tutorial, which is also going to be included in the links to the description as well as the cards as well. So this is basically the study guide that I'm trying to show you here. If you go on over to the tutorial, that's more or less the test. So you want to test out your knowledge to see if you're really understanding the stuff that I'm showing you, because I'm pretty sure you guys don't have piano teachers yourself, so I'm trying to teach you to be your own piano teacher. Hey, what is up, Jack? What is up, Crystal? Nice to see you guys here, and thanks for the comments. All right, before we start, if you haven't subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button and also the notification bell, that icon, that whatever that thing looks like. Just make sure you can catch whenever I go live on these lessons, okay? All right, I think that's about it. We're gonna get into this. I'm gonna show you how to practice this, and I'll explain the concepts as we go along. Okay, and a quick little thing too. Looks like we are also in G major, if you guys know how to read clefs and whatnot, okay? So gonna be F sharps everywhere you're playing in this piece, okay? All right, so from the beginning, if we just look at the left hand, just a simple breakdown. You don't really necessarily have to practice this because it's just half notes all the way to the half of this page where we start the song, okay? So this is basically the different notes you have to play in the left hand. So here we have a fifth, then the top note comes down to C, creating a fourth. You keep this C, and then you have the D on top, which is the second. Let me show you one more time. So you basically practice that as many times as you need to, okay? Now the right hand, I'm going to play both hands together. Watch me one more time. Alright, and then we just try that together, alright? Ready, go. Okay, so basically, this is the first section you should practice. When you are practicing, you want to pick the smallest part possible to make your practice as simple and as effective and easy as possible. So we did about half a page here, and as you go along, we're going to connect these little, we can just call them chunks, by the way, into bigger chunks, okay? So bigger sections. We're going to do the second half of this page until we basically have the whole page. And then you repeat this process until you have the whole entire song, all right? That's basically it. That's really all you need to do, really. It's that simple. Okay, going on, we're going to finish off this section. Now we're getting to the actual song, Here Comes the Sun. And then back to the beginning, okay? All right, we're actually going to split it up. I think it's a good idea to just go to that measure right after all right, because I want to focus on those two remaining measures right before we go into Little Darling. Hope it makes sense. I'm sorry, this is how I explain it because they don't have measure numbers here. So let me play for you the next section we should practice again. Oh, sorry. Okay, sorry, I just got to adjust to this small print. Let me try one more time from Here Comes the Sun, and I say it's all right. There we go. All right, now we try from Here Comes the Sun. Let me show you one more time, and we're going to try this together. Alright, there we go. So left hand, and we have a C, C sharp, 2D, back to C. So it's like a chromatic scale there. Well, not really a scale, but chromatic notes, okay? Alright, and then the only new thing here is holding this longer note on the bottom where it says Here Comes the Sun. So really nothing that difficult so far. Alright, let's try it together. Ready, go. Okay, now I want to go to the next section. What's difficult about this? Well, I want to see if you can take a little guess right here first. Let me play it for you one more time. What do you think is the difficult part about these two measures? Do that again. And the answer is it has to do with the rhythm. Okay? Because let me tell you what's going on. We have about, I mean, it's in 4, right? We're counting 4 beats per measure, but here, because some of these notes, because they come on off beats, it kind of creates this different rhythm going on here. So although it isn't 4, you're gonna feel the rhythm a little bit different. If we counted numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? Alright. So that's the best way I can explain that. We also call that, technically, it's like some of these are called syncopations. Okay? They do that in jazz music a lot. So if you wonder like how they create that rhythmic, diversity, that's how they do it. Okay? And you want to accent those a little bit too, like I'm doing here, to make that rhythm even more obvious. Okay, so let's just try that part. Okay, and then also what's cool, it's like this hidden line here. Can you hear it? If I'm holding it down, hopefully you can hear that. And then these notes are a little extra on top, so that's not only is the rhythm a little bit different, it's kind of like a hidden sub melody here. Okay, all right, ready, go. It goes all the way back to the beginning. Okay, so now we're gonna go back to the beginning, put it all together up until Little Darling, which is on the second page. Okay, let me play for you one time. Hopefully I can get these page turns. Okay. You can hear it from the beginning. We're in 4, and we get to those 2 measures, you can clearly hear the rhythm kind of changes right there. Okay, all right. Question, sure. Does it matter if an arm crosses under or over playing right to left? I've always crossed right over left, but I've seen someone on YouTube cross the right arm under left arm. It's like the simple answer to that is just like what's more efficient. Because it doesn't necessarily, if you're always using your right, if you're always doing one motion, then you're probably just getting used to that. And so that's another thing too. So maybe, it gets complicated. So what's more efficient? Yeah. So if I played something like, all right. So let's just take this for example. I have this note right here, and I'm trying to play a note that crosses over to the left. I'm gonna go over. Okay. Under. See that? It causes more difficulty, more movement that I don't need. So I'll just go over. Does that make sense? I hope it does. And you also have to really keep in mind, is it really more efficient, or are you just used to it? Because sometimes you can make it like a bad habit. You can get used to it where it's not a bad habit anymore. I hope that makes sense. All right, so it's a simple answer to kind of a complex question right there. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna play for you. We're gonna try it together now, all the way to Little Darling. Little Darling. All right, ready, go. continue on with the song, basically repeating this process until the end of it, okay? And also crystal, just a little principle, a little concept that I'll tie all this in together. It's just, I like I'm very kind of scientific with my approach sometimes with piano. So it's just, you should be using the least amount of movement to get the result that you want, okay? So I hope that makes sense. Keeping those, I believe in keeping movements compact and short wherever you need to. Like, don't do more than is necessary, okay? So it really depends on the music I'm playing. Okay, yes, it definitely does. But also just be careful about what kind of motion you're using. Here, right going over left, or right hand going over left is a lot simpler than going under, okay? Then here, and it's also, if it links, if you're going like left, right, see? But actually here, you want to go over, and this goes under, over, under. So it's like if you're linking it as well, that's something to think about as well, okay? But that could be something for another live stream. Maybe I'll do like a practice live stream one of these days. All right, moving on to the actual song, Little Darling. To Here Comes the Sun. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I've been doing about 8 measures, connecting it to the next little chunk. So these little 8 measures that I'm doing right here, if 8 measures is proving too difficult for you, you also have the option of just doing 4 measures at a time and connecting into 8. Yeah, sorry, I should have probably actually picked shorter sections in the beginning. My apologies, but you can go and do that when you re-practice the song. Okay, left hand. Let's see, what new patterns do we have here in the left hand? What looks to have here? Coming down to a fourth. Then you're gonna move your pinky over to the F sharp. A little tip about playing sharps with fingers, okay? What else would you play it with, right? When you're playing, you want to make sure your hand is straight here. You see this? Because a lot of times people forget to shift their position and they just kind of move their finger here, and it kind of creates this awkward angle. You see that? So keep it straight. And to do that, your finger has to come up on these black keys. Okay, so that's really the only new thing here, is the F sharp with the pinky. Okay, all right, let me play for you one more time. All right, Little Darling all the way to Here Comes the Sun. And that's about it right there. Let's try that together. Little Darling. Ready, go. Alright, now moving on, we have about 1 page left. Before we finish this page, I want to ask you guys, if you've been enjoying this video, if you find it valuable and it's helping you to practice and play piano better, hit that like button and help me out. And also, after this live stream is over, make sure you share this video with other people as well. And of course, don't forget to subscribe. Also, stick around to the end. We'll do a quick recap. And it looks like I have some people around, so if you guys want to do a little Q&A on how I can just help you practice generally, I'm more than willing to kind of do that at the end. I don't think I've done these in these live streams, but let's try it out today. Maybe we'll have some questions. All right, moving on. Here Comes the Sun. We're going to go from Here Comes the Sun all the way to measure 3 to where that repeat is, okay? So if you listen to that, I hope you notice something here. This section is pretty much exactly the same as the first page that we worked on, okay? That little transition, even the section before. It's the same thing, okay? Only new thing here is the last 2 measures. It's like a little short 2-measure transition back to the repeat, little interlude right there, okay? All right. So technically, you could skip this whole section and then just practice the last 2 measures, like on the tail end of this. Right? So that's really all you need to practice, in my opinion. But let me give you this whole section again. that together. Ready, go. Now, if you wanted to put this whole section together, let me show you what it sounds like. I'm taking it from the top of page 2, Little Darling. So that's kind of like a bigger section right there if you wanted to do that. And if you want to try that with me together, let's do it again. Then we'll go on to the last page. Just like a short little section at the end, and then that'll be it. Ready, go. To the last page, we're going to take the last 6 measures here. Okay, and then we're actually going to take it one measure before where it says where it says 3, because this is the 3rd ending. So let me explain something. When you go from the beginning, you go all the way to the 3rd page. The reason why it says 1, 2, there's 2 endings here because you're going to repeat twice actually. So from Little Darling, right? And then you take that repeat back to Little Darling, and then there's another verse, and this time you're gonna take the third ending. So if I take it from the top of page 3, Sun, here's what it sounds like. Now instead of that, the 1st, 2nd ending, we're at number 3. It's alright. So that's it right there, okay? Now, yeah, actually, let me practice something here. When we're going to look at the last 2 measures, I'm going to change the plans a little bit because this is probably actually, in my opinion, right? In my opinion, it's I think it's going to be the hardest part for you to practice. So let's go over this slowly. It's basically, we have, it's like an arpeggio pattern. You can practice it, you can block it, and what I mean is just playing it in chords. It's kind of cool to do it that way. Alright, so these are, I went through that really quick, these progressions, so let me show you again. Okay, on guitar, cool. It's amazing how good these Beatles songs sound on piano. Even though, yeah, I play guitar too, so it's I know how to play. It's fun. I've learned a bunch of Beatles songs on guitars before too. That's a lot of fun as well. Okay, so we're going from B flat major chord, F major. This is C major, 1st inversion, and then 3rds down to G major. And a little harmonic analysis is okay at this point, not totally necessary. If you get a little bit more experience, and then when you do a little bit harder material, you might want to start to analyze. But if you want to do that now, that's fine. And this arrangement is great because it shows you all the different harmonies we're going through. All right, so B major, F major, C major, still in C major, then resolving to G major, and then that's the end of the song. Okay, so let me show you again. That's one way to practice it. It's a good way to practice it too because you just, it's a little hack. Basically, you just need to get to one position as fast as possible to the next one, and you can also hear the progression. If you do one note at a time, that's not as easy to do. Okay? Alright, so let's just try these last two measures again. Let me go slower. Let's try it together. Ready, go. Okay, you were playing in an open mic. Oh, this song, okay. How beautiful it was. That's pretty cool, man. I love touching moments like that. It's amazing the power of music sometimes. All right, now we're gonna go back to the top of the page, and right before that third ending, it's all right. Okay, so let's try from there. Ready? All right, let me try it from there and play for you first. Depending on what tempo you take it at, there could be a lot of movement here, okay? Alright, so let's try at the same place. From there, all the way to the end, we'll do a quick recap, and if you guys want to get your questions ready, if you have any, now would be the time. Alright, ready, go. Alright, so quick recap for this song. It says Here Comes the Sun by the Beatles, obviously, okay? This is an easy piano arrangement. 3 pages. You can find links in the cards when the live stream is over, as well as the description. And the way to practice this one is really simple. Just do one chunk at a time, small parts at a time. So you could go 4 measures, then practice the next 4 measures, then you connect that into 8 measures, okay? So that would be about half a page, then you repeat it until you have the second half of the page, then you have an entire page. Hope you guys are still with me here. And you keep repeating until you have the whole entire actual song. That's really all you need to do. And then, you know, be willing to watch these lessons as many times as necessary, because, you know, with these lessons, it's not like you're gonna get everything done or learn it all in one try. A lot of these concepts, when I teach students in person, yes, I do teach in person. That's actually my main source of income, okay? So a lot of times it takes them, you know, maybe a month to learn these concepts, and then another month to not forget to do them, okay? So as many times as necessary, just watch these. Other thing, I think that's about it. You know, there's more nuances when we get to higher level types of music and different types of arrangements. But that's basically all you need at this point. And then when you're done with this lesson, make sure you try to test yourself out by going over to the tutorial, links in the tutorial. They're gonna be in the same places where I mentioned. If you're able to if you're able to use these tutorials where it's just me playing, you know, no explanation, you know, that's the difference between the lessons and the tutorials, by the way. If you're able to use the tutorials, that's a good sign. That means you are actually understanding what I'm trying to show you in these lessons, and you can pretty much at that point, when you really get it, use any of the tutorials to learn on your own, which is pretty awesome. I have a whole library. You can learn whatever you want. And plus, make sure you check out the website. I have a lot of material there, a lot of resources, different songs, and you're gonna find whatever it is you're looking for on the website, so make sure you look at that, okay? All right, I'm gonna check to see, do we have any questions? If not, that's okay. 1 second here. Okay, yeah, no questions, okay, that's fine. All right, hopefully you guys will have some next time. I want to help you guys as much as possible, like questions on how to practice and, you know, how to play piano, how to perform, how to get ready for a recital. Hopefully if you have any things concerned like that, I'll help you next time, okay? Enjoy watching people play the keyboard. I learned that. Oh, thank you very much, Crystal. I appreciate you, yeah. Hope to see you on every single one of these live streams. You are an awesome person, and I hope you stay that way. Okay, thank you guys so much. I will see you guys for the next live stream, next live lesson. Hope you enjoyed this one, and have a great day. Oh, you're very welcome, Crystal. Happy practicing. Bye-bye.